and benefits consultant. Available now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
This is 101.7 The Truth's Benjamin. And the time is now, Milwaukee. I've always said time is everything. And what better time to live, laugh, and love than at 12 p.m. on Jamming with Juice? This show will serve as the soundtrack to so many lives and will change the world for the better. Tap into Jamming with Juice Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. to quench your thirst on 101.7 The Truth. The time is now, Milwaukee. Now sip on that.
Calling all big thinkers. The world's climate is changing. These aren't new facts, but it means we must think in new ways about how we can live, prosper, and provide energy for our world while protecting our planet. Engineers are answering the call to create cleaner, safer, reliable energy. Solar power, harnessing the power of the sun to light all corners of the globe. Wind power, channeling a simple breeze to bring electricity to our homes. Hydropower, using the natural flow of water to generate electricity. Nuclear power, engineering advanced reactors that are safer, more reliable, and produce zero carbon emissions. Engineers are leading the way and empowering the next generation. Engineers answer the call. Brought to you by the National Academy of Engineering. Learn more at nae.edu.
Day one, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer.
But day one is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day one.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
Stop touching that snooze button and get ready to clock in with the best morning show on the planet.
It's okay when we're singing, we're dancing, we're playing on the field, making everybody else laugh, making everybody else millions of dollars. But as soon as we have a voice, we're punished for it.
Giving you an informative dialogue with a side of fun and laughter while cutting through the noise and bringing you the real stories behind the headlines.
Look, it takes 5 minutes. Notice I'm not getting into details about what goes on in Switzerland, but those that know, you know what I'm talking about.
Get a little. And then
do it again. Do it again.
A little.
That's it.
You know what it is, Truth Nation. It's time to wake up with Milwaukee's favorite morning show.
My point is, if you're 40 or if you're still trying to push for something, it doesn't mean that it's over just because it's been delayed. Delayed doesn't mean denied.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, this is Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming on YouTube.
You gotta love black folks. We gonna make a way out. What you mean, man? All you gotta do is get
I got to put a little all in it.
Go get the Robitussin so we can get this car fixed.
Here are your hosts, the effective communication coach, Denise Thomas, and two-time Emmy Award winner, Telly Hughes.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is Monday, November 18th, 2024. As you heard, you are listening to the best morning show on planet Earth. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. Telly is on assignment this morning, so I'm going to hold this fort down and get our morning started off on a great note. Good morning, DJ Ricky on the ones and twos.
Good morning, DT. How you feel? I
feel great. Yesterday, obviously, I was dealing with some major grief. So let me just go ahead and get this out the way, y'all. Congratulations to the Green Bay Packers. 11th straight victory over the Bears yesterday. And It wasn't a Hail Mary. It was literally a last-second field goal block. I was in Chicago yesterday. I did not attend the game because, as I mentioned, I sold my son and our tickets. But again, the Green Bay Packers beat the Chicago Bears for the 11th straight time. And I know this is not a sports show, so we're going to move on. But if you happen to be listening as a Bears fan, our season is over. Look at Ricky. He's over here just laughing. The season's over.
Because you said this is not a sports show.
It's not.
Moving on.
We're going to move on. But, look, I'm not a sore loser. I don't like losing, and I don't lose much. And that's intentional because I'm very competitive. But again, shout out to the Packers. I thought we were going to win. I'm sure a lot of people did, but that wasn't the case. So, now, speaking of winning, Mike Tyson. So on Friday's show,
oh boy,
we talked about who did we think was going to win the Mike Tyson, is it Jake Paul?
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to win? And the majority of Truth Nation, you said Mike Tyson was going to put his paws on Jake Paul. By now, we all know the outcome. It went from, but here's the thing that amazed me. It went from on Friday during the day, Mike Tyson gonna smoke him. He gonna lay him out. You see how good of a shape that Tyson is in, man. He gonna crush that boy. Then Saturday morning, you got to give Mike his props. He's 58. He went 8 rounds. Mike Tyson went 8 rounds with Jake Paul on Friday. Jake Paul ended up winning. Now, I'm not going to get into the politics and, first of all, let's just start with Jake Paul getting paid $40 million and Mike Tyson getting paid $20 million. This is where I really want to focus on. Are you a Netflix subscriber, Ricky?
No. The mother of my child is, though, apparently. And it was horrible.
So if you did not watch the fight, Netflix streamed and broadcasted the Tyson-Paul fight on Friday. Apparently, over 90,000 Netflix users experienced either their screen freezing or just Netflix just altogether not working. Now, here's where it gets a little bit of a problem for me, Truth Nation. Netflix has increased their subscription rate probably about 3 or 4 times this year. And there were a number of people who were not already Netflix subscribers, but went ahead and clicked on that $6.99 or $9.99 option just so they could watch the fight, which I get because, again, back in the 80s and 90s, when Mike Tyson was at his prime, shoot, a pay-per-view to see the Tyson fight, you looking at a good $100 on your cable bill. So I get the subscribers that said, hey, you know what? I'll pay $7 or $10 to watch this fight. Over 60 million households across the world tuned in for the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight. However,
that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. However, Netflix, during the live stream of the fight, had several outages, even to the point where some people experienced outages through the following Saturday morning. You want me to keep going? Let me keep going, because this is why it's going to get real problematic for Netflix. Now, Netflix executives, including their chief technology officer, Elizabeth Schoen, released a statement saying that, and I quote, "This unprecedented scale created many technical challenges, which the launch team tackled brilliantly by prioritizing stability of the stream for the majority of viewers." I was like, okay, so y'all must be publicly traded, because that's a statement that you make to keep your shareholders calm. Because there was no brilliant prioritization of anything that happened Friday night. I mean,
it's definitely a no for me, dog.
You definitely had people that were like, I didn't get to enjoy the fight. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting / problematic. Are you ready for this? On Christmas Day of this year, Netflix is scheduled to broadcast the NFL doubleheader, beginning with, guess what game on Christmas Day? Kansas City Chiefs and Pittsburgh Steelers.
You better not have no problem.
When I tell you, now that is one game that you do not want to have bandwidth or capacity issues. Because first of all, what is there to do on Christmas Day other than watch football?
And don't get me wrong, I ain't been keeping up with the Chiefs, but ain't they undefeated?
No.
Oh, they not? Okay.
Actually, I think they just lost last night.
Okay. I haven't been keeping up with them. I've been focused on the Packers. You know.
If you need to keep rubbing it in, I mean, I'm good. I'm over it. It is what it is.
No, I promise.
So,
I promise I'm not.
You need to get some more stuff off your chest. But yes, so the NFL is partnering with Netflix for Christmas Day NFL. There's going to be a doubleheader. Now, first of all, anybody who loves watching professional football is going to want to watch Kansas City Chiefs play against Pittsburgh Steelers. That's a no-brainer. Like, I'm looking forward to watching that game. Then, Netflix also has signed up to broadcast WWE Raw in 2025. Now, here's the thing, Netflix, and I'm going to ask you this question, Truth Nation. Should Netflix be refunding folks from the Friday night debacle? Because, again, a lot of folks were saying that unless they had that premium subscription, I think it's like now $29.99. And that's where you get HD 4K. You can actually see the sweat bubbles popping off of Mike Tyson and Jake Paul's face. You can hear things more clear. Yeah, people pay $30 a month for that. And then you have other folks who are like, it's not that serious. I'll go with the $9.99 option. Now, again, Truth Nation, do you want your money back from Netflix? At least a month worth of your subscription rate. Or are you like, I'm good, you know, I believe in second chances. Give Netflix another chance.
I do feel like Netflix owed the people something, because the glitching and stopping and pausing, having to go back and forth and refresh, and that was too much. That was a lot.
Well, to your point, and Truth Nation, a lot of the tweets or the X's that are coming out in response to Netflix failing miserably with broadcasting the Tyson fight live, a lot of folks are saying, y'all had plenty of time before the fight to get your stuff together. You were promoting it everywhere. You had plenty of time.
Yup.
And with the number of people that had experienced the issues with watching it, folks are saying, y'all better get this fixed before Christmas. Because, again, it's one thing for you to mess up a live Tyson fight. It's on a whole nother level when it's Christmas Day. There's nothing else to do but pretty much watch movies and watch football. And you've got the first of the doubleheader between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Netflix, give folks their money back for the month of November. And please get your stuff together. Our Truth Talk and text line is 833-212-1017. Jasmine on our YouTube message board says, definitely refunding or eliminating the bill altogether from Netflix. I know that's right. We're not playing anymore. This is we're about to go into 2025. We come back from break. I'm going to get into, and I really need your opinion on this. Over the weekend in Dallas, there was the Tyson fight, and also legendary comedian Martin Lawrence, who's on tour right now, had a show in Dallas at the American Airlines Center. I attended, and for those that are considering going to see Martin Lawrence while he is actively on tour, or who have already seen Martin Lawrence on tour, this particular tour, want to hear from you as well. 833-212-1017. Also, Thanksgiving is next week, and we're going to give you 3 foods that you should prepare for that are going to be way more expensive this year as you're getting your Thanksgiving menu together. And then finally, hate speech has been on the rise across social media since the election of President-elect Donald Trump. And we want to give you some ways that you can navigate through that, especially for those that identify as women, because that is the most impacted demographic as it relates to hate speech on social media, increasing since President-elect Trump's election win. You're listening to the best morning show on planet Earth. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to get your Monday started on a great note. Stay locked in. This is the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Coming with straight truth.
We have to make sure that when we talk about making change, when you talk about vote, when you talk about these elections, when you talk about how we're going to get ahead, we definitely got to start paying attention to the local process, because these are the processes that are governing our lives.
Yes.
And they got you looking across the street down
Absolutely.
At Donald Trump. They got you looking at Project 2025, but you barely got money to stay alive.
Catch the Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
The Wisconsin Black Chamber presents Black Friday Weekend Diverse Business Expo, Friday, November 29th through Sunday, December 1st. We kick off Friday at 10 a.m. Be there to meet the Powerhouse Business Panel, learn their journey to success, and participate in a Q&A with these successful local business owners. The after party starts at 6:30 with the Legends of Soul, featuring the music of Frankie Beverly and Mays and Quincy Jones, performed by Christopher's Project. Saturday is the Black Chamber Music Fest starting at 10 a.m. with 7 musical performances by local bands. Then the after party starts at 7. Don't miss Poetry Unplugged with Kwabena Nixon. Sunday, the Wisconsin Black Chamber presents the Exposure Fashion Affair starting at noon. If you need some style or want a style of your own, be here. Check out Milwaukee's stylists and designers and join us for the after party. It's Divas of Soul, performed by Christopher's Project. Friday and Saturday, attend the Access to Capital workshops, and all weekend long, jam to the sounds of DJ L Boogie, meet TV and radio personalities, win some great prizes in the raffles, and don't forget to bring a toy for the toy drive. Don't miss out on what we have going on.
What's poppin', Truth Nation? It's your girl Noni Juice here from my friends at Steinhoffels. And there is nothing better than a great night's sleep on a Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhoffels. The advanced pressure relieving power makes aches and pains a thing of the past. Right now at Steinhoffels, you can save up to $300 on mattresses and up to $200 when you upgrade to an adjustable base. Plus, you can get $300 in Steinhoffels cash. And Queen Tempur-Pedic mattresses start at just $48 per month when you use Steinhoffels' 60-month financing. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You are listening to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
morning. Good morning. Good morning, Truth Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in. You are listening to the best morning show on planet Earth. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. Telly's on assignment this morning. Before break, we were discussing the Netflix fail Friday night. If you watched or attempted to watch the live streaming of the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight, there were a lot of Netflix subscribers and there were a lot of boxing fans that were very disappointed as it was projected that 60 million viewers across the world tuned in to this fight, which was broadcasted live by Netflix. The bad part about it was over 90,000 users said either that their screen froze, like, you know, when you turn on Netflix and you should hear, they weren't getting the, they were just getting the circle that kept going, and was freezing at like 99%. Others weren't even able to open up their Netflix app to watch the fight. So a lot of folks are saying, Netflix, y'all better get y'all stuff together, because check this out. On Christmas Day, Netflix has secured a deal, a partnership with the NFL, and they will be streaming live on Christmas Day a doubleheader. The first game will kick off at noon or 1 p.m. Eastern time, 12 p.m. Central time on Netflix between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, again, I don't know about y'all, but on Christmas Day, there's really nothing else to do but watch television, watch movies, watch sports. And this is going to be a very, very anticipated game. I'm not done yet. The next game as part of this doubleheader will be between the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans, which will be streamed at 3:30 p.m. Central, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. But guess what? Netflix just announced, I think I should get like a drum roll, Ricky, on this or something. Because I'm like, Netflix is like, are y'all trying to be a glutton for punishment? Beyonce, according to Netflix and Rolling Stone magazine, Beyonce is scheduled to perform at halftime during the NFL Christmas Game Day Live on Netflix. And of course, because Beyonce is from Houston, she will be performing during the halftime between the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans as part of the NFL's traditional Christmas Day games. Netflix, please get it together, because that is going to be a day where I would say the vast majority of Americans are going to be tuned in to Netflix, not just because of the Christmas game day, but there's also Hallmark Christmas movies. There's a lot of black movies. That's what we call them. Anytime a movie stars more than like 3 black people, that's a black movie. There's going to be a lot of dependency on YouTube, or excuse me, on Netflix Christmas Day.
Yeah, you know they don't play about Beyonce.
I'm just like, are y'all kidding me?
They do not play about Beyonce.
Are y'all kidding me, Netflix? Because that is not, like, before I even knew that Beyonce was going to be or scheduled to be the halftime performer for the Texans and Ravens game, I was already like, Kansas City and Pittsburgh Steelers? What? Bobby on our Truth Talking text line, which is 833-212-1017, says in pre-market trading, Netflix shares are already down $17 this morning. So here's the thing. I was like, damn, this company must be publicly traded based on that statement. Because the CTO, whenever a company's based on the issues, representatives come out with a statement. They say, oh, we have done a brilliant job with making sure that this will not occur again. We put in the right measures. We hear you, Netflix subscribers. Okay. Because y'all had plenty of time to get it right with the Tyson-Paul fight. Now you've got 2 NFL games and Beyonce and all the other things that people use Netflix for on the same day.
Bye, Felicia.
That's going to be a lot. We'll see. Christmas Day, y'all. Start doing your test runs now. We've got about 5 weeks. Now, speaking of performances, Truth Nation, one of the kings, like the true, like for real kings of comedy, Martin Lawrence. I don't know too many people that don't like Martin Lawrence as a comedian. I've heard people say, I'm not really a Kevin Hart. I mean, he's all right. I don't really think he's funny. Or, oh, man, Dave Chappelle, he kind of talks too much. I rarely hear bad things about Martin Lawrence. Martin Lawrence is currently on tour. And on Friday, I received a text from a good friend of mine. Now, I'm in Dallas, y'all. And my friend says, hey, I've got one single ticket left to see Martin Lawrence in the suite at the American Airlines Center. I was like, that's a bet. I'm so excited, y'all, because this man, like, that was my Michael Jordan of comedy growing up. It wasn't Kevin Hart. It wasn't Dave Chappelle. It wasn't Chris Rock. It wasn't Steve Harvey. It wasn't Cat Williams. It was Martin Lawrence. Martin Lawrence, he was just hilarious from the time that he started the show. And actually go back to what's happening now. Then he was in House Party. Then he had his own show on Fox. He had many successful tours. You So Crazy. He hosted for several seasons Def Comedy Jam. Martin Lawrence is the man. And I love him. But let me just get to this, y'all. It hurts me, Truth Nation, to share this with you. And I prayed on this. I was like, should I say this on the air?
I kind of want to know what you got to say.
All right. So I get to American Airlines Center. Y'all, it's packed. And American Airlines, I'm going to guess, probably sits comfortably maybe 15,000. Can we do a fact check, Ricky? I want to say maybe 15,000, maybe 20. It's a big venue. And to walk into the venue and see all these filled seats in order to witness what very well could be Martin Lawrence's final tour. He's 59 years old, and he's currently on a tour known as Y'all Know What It Is. And he performed at the American Airlines Center on Friday. I walk in, I see all these people. I'm getting pumped up, y'all, because I'm about to witness greatness. Now, like most stand-up comedians, they'll have other comedians that are, in their formative years, getting that exposure, which I love about comedians like Martin and Dave Chappelle, because they're sharing their followers, their audience, with these comedians that could be just getting their career started. Now, the first comedian was a woman. I don't know her name. She was a bit, and this is my perception, she was a bit vulgar, because like every other word was about a man or a woman's anatomy. I'll just say it that way. Then there was the second comedian. I think his name is Benji J, or the Benji something. He was all right, but he was also vulgar. Then I was like, oh, bet. Because I know, first of all, when he came on the stage, I was like, Martin's next. Because this comedian is not going to go after too many other comedians. Deon Cole. Deon Cole from Blackish, the Old Spice commercials, the one that just had a very interesting interview on Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay podcast. He performed before Martin. He was also just vulgar in the sense of, and let me be clear, I'm very liberal when it comes to comedy. I'm not one of those people, oh my God, they said a bad word. I expect that. But every comedian was just talking about B's and H's and sexual intercourse, and I mean in the most vulgar way. And then finally Martin comes on stage. He physically looked good. But you could tell there's something that's he was okay, I'm just gonna say it. And y'all please just Truth Nation. Again, if you've already seen Martin Lawrence on this Y'all Know What It Is tour, which he's on tour right now, or you were there in Dallas as well, or you plan on seeing Martin Lawrence, I know this is like, you don't do this. But I have to. It was terrible. Look at Ricky's face.
Really?
Martin Lawrence was his performance Friday night. And I don't mean just terrible. I mean Charles Barkley, NBA on TNT, terrible. I know. And here's, I was telling my son, and my son was like, what?
Yeah, I got to hear more about this.
So American Airlines Center, the capacity for concerts is 21,000. That's what I thought. I was like, I figured it's probably about 15, 20. And Ricky, weren't too many empty seats. Rightfully so. It's Martin Lawrence.
So it's basically sold out.
You can go to Martin Lawrence's Instagram. And by the way, whoever does PR for Martin Lawrence, I want to hire them yesterday, because I said, okay, I left early. Martin came on stage. It started at 8. He came on the stage around 9. By 9:40, I'm like, I'm out, because I had to do some volunteer work the following morning. I was like, this is not worth it. So as I'm leaving, I get on the elevator to go down to the main, level to get to an Uber. Here comes another brother. I don't know him, never met him in my life. He comes on the elevator and he is furious. He was like, that was such a waste of time and money.
Damn.
I know, and it hurts because, again, it's Martin Lawrence. But I'm telling y'all, he was terrible. He comes out, and one of the things that is very incredible about Martin's artistry is that, with comedians, it's that stage presence and that timing, like, for lack of better words, the punchline. The timing was off. The punchlines were rusty. And then, I know he's dealing with some cognitive issues. He would repeat things over and over again. Now, there was one point where he did a little bit of Otis and Jerome and Shanae, but even that was a struggle. August says, damn, Gina, on our YouTube message board. August, that's exactly what I said.
Damn.
Do you know how hard it is for me to come on air and tell the world basically that Martin Lawrence was terrible on Friday? The contributions that he's made to my life, how he's inspired me.
In my honest opinion, when I first seen it, I'm like, I don't think he need to go on tour. Some legends just need to let it go.
You know what, Ricky? Just like Tyson. It's like
Tyson, Martin Lawrence.
Sit down.
Let it go. Like, your time is up. Like, let it go.
And I thought that was so coincidental, Truth Nation, that Mike Tyson was literally like 20 miles from American Airlines Center fighting at the age of 58. Martin's on stage at basically a sold-out arena in the same city at American Airlines Center, downtown Dallas. He's 59, and well, I didn't watch the fight, so I'm not even going to say that. That's not fair because I didn't watch it. But I did see the post interviews, and I saw some of the highlights of the fight. Both Martin and Mike Tyson, Martin Lawrence and Mike Tyson, have a seat. You will go down as the greatest, both of you. Good morning, Brian. You are live with DT and Telly. What is your question or comment?
Yeah, the comedians of old are no longer in existence, at least not mentally. I think what's happening to these people, they've probably been under so much stress that they're getting dementia. But the people, their management teams behind them are so desperate for money that they repackage them and put them out here thinking they can recapture that old flame with a whole different society that has moved on from the 90s. So, but their brains haven't moved on from the 90s. They've gotten much more stressed. They're basically glitching. You know what a glitch is? When you have the deer in the headlight look. When you forget something and you just pause and you freeze up, pretty much like Shaq did on national television when he was giving his assertion of what was going on in some sports game or something, some game. But our older comedians and entertainers and athletes, they're glitching. I don't know if you've seen Michael Jordan recently, but he really looks like he's got yellow eyes and looks like he's got kidney problems.
And you know what? Here's the thing, though, Brian. I'm okay with people like Michael Jordan because at the end of the day, whatever health issues or not that Michael Jordan may be experiencing, at least he's not trying to get back on the court. Like, know your role.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And here's the thing, be proud of what you've accomplished. We got a lot of calls coming on the Truth Talking text line. I see you, White Widow. I see you, Ron from the South Side. We got to take a break, so please hold. We're going to come straight to your calls when we come back. Again, we're talking about over the weekend in Dallas, you had the Tyson fight. I saw Martin Lawrence live at the AA Center, the American Airlines Center in Dallas. Martin Lawrence was terrible. And it breaks my heart to say that. We're going to get more into that because Brian made some good points. We got some great points coming in on the YouTube message board. Somebody said, if people will still line up to give these guys money, I ain't mad at them for taking it. And I'm telling you right now, that is exactly what Martin and his team did. We're going to talk more about that because where is comedy going now? Like, we need stand-up comedy more than ever. Where are we going with it? Stay locked in. This is the best morning show on planet Earth. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. We'll be back.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Are you or anyone you know looking to open a small business or learn the industry? Attend the City of Milwaukee 9th District Business Conference November 21st from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Ross Innovative Employment Solutions. Brought to you by Milwaukee 9th District Alderwoman Larissa Taylor, helping you take your next steps towards financial empowerment. Sponsored by Alderwoman Larissa Taylor of the 9th District of the City of Milwaukee. City of Milwaukee, Granville, BID, Ross Innovative Employment Solutions.
Craving something mouthwatering? Head to Munchies, Milwaukee's finest quick-service eatery. You'll love their gourmet egg rolls, wings, loaded fries, and fried fish. And don't miss their signature pasta dishes and soul food options. Plus, ask about their upcoming pound cake line. They're open Wednesday to Saturday, 12 to 6 p.m. Visit Munchies on site. Call in your order or get delivery. Follow Munchies on Facebook and Instagram at Munchies Detroit Style. Check out their website at munchiesdetroitstyle.com. Munchies, where your cravings meet satisfaction.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Dr. Ken Harris with his truth.
An integrated strategy, including infrastructure, community involvement, education, enforcement, and legislative reforms. Yeah, we've kind of heard that before already. It can correct pretty much anything, right? They use it for everything except reckless driving in Milwaukee. I want you to consider this now. Expand the number of police officers in neighborhoods where reckless driving is happening, punish with fines, extended license suspensions, use speed and red light cameras. We need to inform people about the repercussions of reckless driving, and then we need to follow through with punishment. We need to continue to build speed bumps, roundabouts, narrow the lanes to help traffic slow down. And while you're at it, designate some space for bicycles and pedestrians only. We need to encourage the use of mobile apps to report reckless driving since you're on your phone anyway. And finally, promote local and state legislation that successfully combats irresponsible driving. Yeah, we've heard that before, but no. Just enforce the laws we already have on the books. And by combining this, Milwaukee drivers can enjoy a safe environment that lowers reckless driving, all the risks that come with it. Why? Well, this needs to be the Common Council and the city's primary focus. So perhaps next time there won't be that, dead on arrival traffic bill in Milwaukee Common Council or that traffic bill in state legislature. But then if you're driving, you might want to be careful. I mean, the next thing that's dead on arrival could be you.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, weekdays from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Southbound on 43 backing up a bit from before Hampton down to Capitol Drive. We've also got some delays eastbound 94 from about 84th Street to Hawley Road and then again through the Stadium interchange. Got some delays along 894 eastbound as well from about 60th Street all the way through to Loomis. Remember, there is an off-ramp. There's the accident on the off-ramp from 894 eastbound to Loomis. Watch out for those delays through there. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, increasing clouds, afternoon rain with a high of 56. Tonight, on and off rain, mild, windy with a low of 52. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
You are listening to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Truth Nation, good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in and getting your morning started off here on the best morning show on planet Earth. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. Let's go straight to the Truth Talk and text line, 833-212-1017. Between Netflix, Martin, and Tyson, I want my money back. Good morning, White Widow. Thank you so much for holding. What is your question or comment? You're live with DT and Ricky.
Good morning, Dee Dee. That's my granddaughter's nickname, too. Her real name is Delia. So every time I say your name, I think of her fondly. But, what I did is that about 40 years ago, the last time Richard Pryor was here, I walked out of there. And it was sad because I loved that guy. He was great. But at the end, it was all about, I'm not, allergic to swear words. But when there isn't any content in between. So, yeah, I walked out of Richard Pryor. And then more recently, I walked out of Bill Mueller last month when he had rescheduled. I went there, and it was sad. I paid $120. I go to these things alone now that my husband's passed away and my mother-in-law is no longer here. And it's a night out for me, maybe annually, biannually. And the fact of the matter is that within the first 15 minutes, it was all about Trump. I could have turned on his HBO show and heard that. So I get what you're saying, and it's too bad because both of those individuals I liked. I'll leave it with this also. I walked out of Hamilton. My boy bought me a ticket for my birthday when the play was here, and it was a big deal. I walked out of there within the first 20 minutes. The narrative was that his wife with 5 children stood behind him all his life, blah, blah. But he had this desire for the sister-in-law. And, I mean, they made that part of the narrative. I walked out. It was Schoolhouse Rock theme, and it was just, it was sad, that they had to emphasize his desire for the sister-in-law, and then my head goes to, at Thanksgiving dinner, what are they doing, playing footsies under the table? So, I hear you.
Yeah,
and I was disappointed as far as...
She said she's got boundaries. I'm not going to be having y'all offending me, White Widow said. Ron from the South Side, the caller, I see you. You're next. Ron from the South Side, thank you so much for your patience. You are live with DT. And Ricky, what is your question or comment?
Good morning. Thanks for taking my call. I'm just hoping that Martin had an off night, but why be off on your night, right, when you get there? That's what I'm thinking about.
Right?
Because it's kind of like, dude, you can bomb, but not tonight. But whatever.
Wrong any other night, but not my night.
Not my night. That's what sports and anything. Lose on another night, not tonight. Did you have to pay for that ticket, DC?
Did I have a what? I'm sorry.
Did you pay for that ticket, or you got it for
You know what,
like,
Ron?
on the low?
Won't he do it? I didn't. A friend. I said, thank God I didn't. A friend of mine called me the last minute and said they had an extra ticket in the suite. So it was like, who can I call that's single? Denise. And that's why I like being single, because sometimes it does have its benefits. But no, I didn't pay for the ticket, Ron. But I will say this: you could see the irritation and frustration from all these folks that were exiting the American Airlines. Because I actually walked across. There's a 7-Eleven across the street, Ron. And I was waiting on my Uber. Ron, I was looking at everybody's faces. And you know how black folks are. You know, when we work for ours, it's a Friday night. You see a lot of boyfriends with their girlfriends and husbands with their wives.
Yeah.
People was mad.
Oh.
He was terrible.
Yeah. You know, man, I can't. Ooh, you just said that and it hurt my heart.
I know. It hurt mine.
You know, some people, you know, it's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like, I mean, not that this has anything to do with this comedy, but remember how people used to like the Fat Luther, and they thought he got skinny, he wasn't going to sing good no more. It's kind of like, to me, is that with Martin, he kind of like got big? Is that, he's not funny? It shouldn't, but that's just me throwing it out there. And then it didn't affect his comedy at all. He should have been funny, but he didn't have it that night. But on another note, DT, isn't always the chip shot that don't seem to go in between the goalposts?
Say it one more time, please.
Isn't it always like the chip shots, the easy goals that don't seem to go in between the goalposts? I watched that game yesterday, and I cried for you yesterday. I cried.
Oh, we bringing that up? So here's the thing.
You probably was upset like, we're going to do it. We're probably going to win. We're going to pick the Packers, and bam.
Ron, it's too soon. It's too soon. I'll talk about it maybe next week. But I appreciate your call, Ron. Have a great morning. The caller is a sick Negro. I got love for Ron, but it's just too soon. All right, the caller, thank you for your patience. You are live. What is your question or comment?
Well, I have to say that now I have new information and saw how slow and rickety I think Mike Tyson looked. And even if it wasn't for the fact that they were wearing 14-ounce gloves and whatnot, he didn't do well and needs to retire. With regards to other people, I think it's a genetic thing, because for every Martin Lawrence you have a Ron Isley or a Charlie Wilson. You have a Patti LaBelle or LeBron James, where Zion Williams, who's not even 25 yet, has played less than half of the games he's been scheduled for in the NBA. So decline, I think, is specific to personal genetics. And so as fans, we want to, have our heroes retire before they get brain damage like Muhammad Ali. But for them, I don't think they know until they know, you know what I'm saying? And they have to experience it. And I believe when Mike Tyson stood there, I don't know if you saw the end of the fight, when he said that he wasn't done fighting, I think he probably rethought that the next day. And he's done a great job of promoting. So I really believe that, Mike had his moment in the sun and it's over for him. But there are some people who, I saw Ryan Isley performing with Usher a week ago. Some people who can do it for 60
Patti
years.
LaBelle, like you said, she still got it. Here's the thing, and thank you for your call, the caller. Now, Ricky, I know you wanted to say something. Let it out, brother.
So I feel like most of the reasons that some legends don't know when to let it go, for two reasons. One, is all they know. And second, I feel like the reason... So Mike Tyson in the 90s was the boogeyman. You could consider him as the boogeyman. And in that case, you're not the boogeyman no more, my dude. You
said the boogeyman.
You're
to me, he wasn't the boogeyman. He was like the most powerful, physically powerful.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to mess with, Iron Mike.
People have said that they never seen a fighter hit so hard and so fast at the same time. And it's all good, but it's like, dude.
Well, here's what I'm thinking, Ricky. I am not privy, nor am I concerned about Mike Tyson's finances. I do know there was a time where Mike Tyson was very public about all the money that he made during the course of his prime, like in the 80s and 90s. He basically lost. And so, to me, if you're 58 years old and you're willing to get back in the ring, which could have some, again, I never, ever doubted Mike Tyson's physical fitness. He's in great shape, especially to be 58. It was the I can't even say the word, neurological aspect of getting the blows to the head. I mean, we saw Muhammad Ali.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
As he transitioned. And so my thing was, it's obviously was about publicity and money. I'm not mad at Mike Tyson for that. All I'm saying is the same thing with Martin Lawrence. I don't want to go out. I want to go out at the pinnacle. I want people to be like, best to ever do it. One of the best. Martin Lawrence. That's why I got to go back home, Truth Nation, and rewatch Martin on DVD. And, well, it's on Netflix now. Because I don't want what I experienced Friday to be my last experience of Martin Lawrence. He was terrible. And the comedy, it wasn't even like some of the subject matter. Martin Lawrence, you ain't got to talk. I mean, everything was just, I can't even clean it up. It was vulgar. It was nasty. It wasn't funny.
It's nasty.
It was just like, why are you? And I never was that person that said, well, if every comedian was like Sinbad, because I know Sinbad was very adamant about not cursing or using explicit language in his stand-ups, and he still was very funny. Martin didn't need. Y'all, this is very difficult for me because I am one of Martin's biggest fans, but I'm just telling y'all right now, do not go see him on this Y'all Know What It Is tour.
He's supposed to be coming here next year, right?
Well,
like, I forgot what month, but he's supposed to come here next year.
If you don't have anything else to do,
don't do that.
No, I'm saying, like, if you are just absolutely bored and you just feel like getting out the house, maybe. But if you're looking to experience the Martin that we love, like You So Crazy and, oh man, what was the other one? Stand-up tour that was like sellout.
That came.
There's one more that I'm missing. August says that on the YouTube message board that Martin is coming March 2025.
I thought so. Yeah.
You know what? Let me be optimistic. He might improve between now and then. When we come back from break, we want to hear more from you. And also, we're getting ready to break down Thanksgiving items that you should be prepared for in terms of when you get to the register. They're going to be way more expensive than they were in 2023. So we're going to give you a breakdown, especially if you're hosting Thanksgiving dinner next week. You want to stay locked in because we're going to give you some information to help you prepare for what may be an expensive feast. Stay locked in. This is the best morning show on planet Earth, Truth Be Told, with DT and Telly.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's Dr. Ken Harris, and you can watch me now live on YouTube every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m., and you can watch the best radio show in Wisconsin by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Watch me explore the issues which are shaping our community while also having fun discussions, pop culture, current events, all kind of stuff going on right here on YouTube right now by subscribing to 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk is now streaming live on YouTube.
We're getting close to awarding someone $10,000. It's the third Thursday networking event featuring the pitch competition, November 21st at Rain Event Lounge, 231 East Buffalo, 5 to 9 p.m. Hosted by the Wisconsin Black Chamber. It's the last chance to qualify for the pitch finale in December. Be there at 5 p.m. to register to compete. Registration to pitch is only open for 15 minutes, so be on time if you want a chance to be a finalist and compete in December for the $10,000 first place prize. The audience chooses the winner at the monthly event, so bring your family and friends to come support you. Let me say that again. The audience chooses the winner at the monthly event, so bring your family and friends to come support you. Third Thursday is not just about the pitch competition, though. There's life-changing networking opportunities, games, prizes, and music by DJ L Boogie. There is no cost to attend our Third Thursday event or compete in the pitch competition, so don't miss out. Rain Event Lounge, 231 East Buffalo, 5 to 9 p.m. Visit twbcc.com so you don't miss out on what we have going on.
This is Dr. Ken Harris from Truth in the Afternoon. Listen to The Truth all day, every day by downloading the Truth app or streaming on Spotify, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Stitcher. Milwaukee Black Talk, 101.7 The Truth.
What's poppin', Truth Nation? It's your girl, Noni Juice, here from my friends at Steinhafels. And there is nothing better than a great night's sleep on a Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhafels. The advanced pressure-relieving power makes aches and pains a thing of the past. Right now at Steinhafels, you can save up to $300 on mattresses and up to $200 when you upgrade to an adjustable base. Plus, you can get $300 in Steinhafels cash. And Queen Tempur-Pedic mattresses start at just $48 per month when you use Steinhafels' 60-month financing. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
At UW Credit Union, our home loans have everything you need for your next big step, including up to $750 off closing costs for all home buyers. And first-time buyers can save even more. So if you're ready to trade roomies for more room, or your townhome for an out-of-town home, UW Credit Union will be with you from start to furnished. UW Credit Union. Apply online today. Equal housing lender. Credit may be limited as required by program. Visit uwcu.org for details.
You are listening to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
What's up, Truth Nation? Good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know, we were talking about, we work hard, Truth Nation. We work hard for ours. And over the weekend, many of us experienced some disappointments based on what we paid for and what we received. Starting with the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight. A lot of us that either activated a subscription to Netflix, already had one, depending on the plan that we have with Netflix, a lot of us weren't able to watch the fight in its totality or without interruptions. Some people's streaming capabilities were frozen. Some people just weren't even able to open Netflix. And so, but Netflix still got their money. 60 million people across the world tuned in to the Tyson-Paul fight. And right down the street from where the Paul Tyson fight was taking place in Dallas, I was at American Airlines Center in downtown Dallas, witnessing one of the greatest comedians of all time perform at an epic fail level. Martin Lawrence, in 1994, had his first major stand-up comedy film known as You So Crazy. His career just, because after that you had Bad Boys, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, Nothing to Lose, Life, Big Mama's House, Blue Streak. I mean, Martin Lawrence's career just went, and to your point, Ricky, then he had another stand-up comedy film known as Run Tell That, followed by Bad Boys 2, Big Mama's House 2, Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. Now, this summer, he had Bad Boys Ride or Die, which was the fourth insert of the Bad Boys movie series, for lack of better words. And I'm just telling y'all right now, the American Airlines Center in Dallas can hold, from a concert standpoint, up to about 20,000 people. I didn't see too many empty seats. People are still showing up for Martin, and rightfully so. But both Martin Lawrence and Mike Tyson, y'all need to have a seat. You've done enough, because now we're getting to the point where I feel like whether it's your intention or not, or your production or your management team's intention or not, you're taking people's money and you're not willing to give them what they paid for. Because everybody that I heard on the show on Friday was like, Tyson gonna lay him out. Then the narrative became, well, you know what? How many 58-year-olds can fight 8 rounds? Which one is it? And Netflix basically took all this money from subscribers and yet didn't produce the service that was purchased. So I'm just trying to understand where we are as a society. Are we just giving our money? Do we just pay without any expectations or holding people accountable? Because a lot of people are going to be mad that I said that Martin Lawrence's performance in Dallas this past Friday, because he's currently on tour. The tour is, y'all know what it is. And he will be back. He will be here in Milwaukee on the same tour at Fiserv Forum in March. And I'm pretty sure Fiserv Forum is going to look a lot like Dallas. There's going to be very few empty seats. All I'm saying is that do not have the bar too high in terms of what you expect from Martin Lawrence. Don't have the bar too high. Don't expect You So Crazy Martin. Don't expect Def Comedy Jam Martin. Don't expect Martin Lawrence Show Martin or the Martin Show. I'm just telling you right now, you're not going to get that Martin. When we come back in the second hour, our Truth Talking text line is 833-212-1017. The YouTube message board is on fire. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We're going to get to some of y'all's comments. But again, if you cool with just saying I went to go see Martin, then yeah, go buy your tickets for March 2025 at Fiserv Forum. We come back to this from the second hour or into the second hour. Thanksgiving is next week. And for those that are going to be hosting, we want to give you some updates regarding those items that could be a pain point for you as you are making your shopping list and getting those preparations for the feast. Stay locked in.
Need a way to hype up your day?
It is Curly Q.
Curly Q, you are a valued listener. You are on our YouTube message board every morning. You are constantly commenting.
What would you do with $5,000?
I have a daughter that is a senior. She voted for the first time yesterday, and so we're planning for college. So this money is going to go to her.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, let us take a second to brag for a moment. There is no other station in the country where you get a front row seat to hear from some of the biggest names in politics, pop culture, and sports. People like President Joe Biden.
Black child poverty was cut in half in 2021. We built black wealth, 15 million jobs nationwide, more than 2.5 million for black Americans. Black wealth is up 60% since the pandemic.
Former President Donald Trump's son, Eric Trump.
Guys, we almost had a former president and very likely future president assassinated on live TV. Like, you know what that would have done for this country? You know what that would have made our country look like? We would look like a banana republic.
And Brewers all-star and former National League MVP Christian Yelich.
Listen, you already know.
Yeah, we got we were just in LA, so we heard our fair share of Kendrick out there in LA. Dodger Stadium has one of the best sound systems in baseball too.
Tap into the award-winning and nationally recognized 1017 The Truth by downloading the Truth app, listening live on 1017thetruth.com, and streaming us live at 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
One smile is great, but one smile in a community of smiles is so much better. A smile has a secret power that most people don't know about. A smile multiplies. It spreads from one person to the next, stretching across entire groups of people. Smile Train knows this and is proud to be creating a wave of smiles across the cleft lip and palate community in over 70 countries. Patients, doctors, advocates, fundraisers. Collectively, our smiles are a celebration of the transformed lives of over 1.5 million children. Learn how Smile Train is helping the cleft lip and palate community at smiletrain.org/learn. Smile Train, changing the world one smile at a time.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Associated Bank. Your money works here. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. You are listening to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
All right, good morning, Truth Nation. It is Monday, November the 18th. It's 8:01 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're coming to you live from the American Family Insurance Studio inside the heart of downtown Milwaukee. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, the first hour we were discussing some experiences that we may have had watching the Tyson-Paul fight. I was around the corner watching Martin Lawrence. On our Truth Talk and text line, Big CC says, if you know the rules of the fight, you will understand why it went that way. Stopped watching after the first round because I knew it was fake. Ah, interesting. Yeah, I don't know the rules of boxing, Big C. That's why I didn't watch it. That's why I was at the Martin Lawrence concert. I'm not a fan of boxing. I don't like watching horror movies or violent movies or fighting. It's just me. I'm not knocking it because my grandfather, my maternal grandfather, loved boxing and passed away on Boxing Day in Canada. So, no, I don't know the rules. All I know is that if I pay for a service, whether I know the rules or not, I would like to get what I paid for. The caller asked, do y'all think a movie with all the characters from the Martin Lawrence show would be funny? After what I saw on Friday.
I think that what people are expecting is Martin from, 20, 25 years ago.
Yep.
You can't expect that at the age that he's at.
Absolutely, you can. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. You ready for this, Ricky? Mm-hmm. During the concert, as part of the warm-up, guess what he was playing to get everybody excited before he came on stage? He's playing highlights of his career. Mm-hmm. What videos do you think he was playing?
I'm pretty sure it was the ones from Martin.
Exactly. So as part of getting the audience hype, if that's what you present, like I would have been a little bit more empathetic if he would have maybe played some clips from like the last two Bad Boys, because that's when we started to see the transition. But you don't get to promote yourself in the 90s and then come on as an 80-year-old person.
I see your point.
You see what I'm saying? Because that's false advertising.
Yeah. So now you are expecting.
That's
the
why
from
you sit.
Yep.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Make your point. I'm sorry.
No, you make. I clearly understand what you're saying.
Because that's why, at the end of the day, if you can't give the people that, okay, I'll give you another example. Whitney Houston, greatest voice of all time. There will never be another Whitney.
Absolutely.
Now, since her death, there's been a lot of documentaries, a lot of things, people writing books. Bobby Brown told his version of being, married to her. Mm-hmm. Robin, the alleged lesbian lover, girlfriend, she's written a book. So, but bottom line, when Whitney attempted to go on tour, people were walking out, leaving. They were furious. They were doing interviews. She's terrible. She's horrible, which hurt me because a lot of times it's like these fans, we were so quick to, but it's like they gave their whole lives to entertain us. Mm-hmm. With that being said, that's why you go out like Michael Jordan did. Michael Jordan was like, I'm at the pinnacle of my career. I'm leaving out right now. So that's it.
All right, DT. All right.
Like don't market. Literally, right before he walked on stage, he's showing all these highlights from You So Crazy and Def Comedy Jam and Run and Tell That. And we're like, yeah. And you go, what's up, y'all? Hi, you don't get me started. It was bad. And so now I have to go home and watch Martin all over again and You So Crazy. So that will be the final, image.
You know what else is people never had the chance to see Martin ever in life, and they finally got the chance, and that's what they got. So.
You feel what I'm saying, Ricky?
Yeah.
When you say the fans expect, we expect because that's what you promoting.
Yeah. But it's like, dude.
Literally from the time that you about to get on a stage. Like, Martin, you have done way more than what society even deserves from your artistry. You are a brilliant comedian.
What's your favorite movie that Martin ever played in? Like, give me 3 of them.
Hands down, Life.
Give me 3 of them.
Off the dome, number 1 would be Life. It's a thin line between love and hate.
That's a good one. He actually produced that movie.
Yeah, and Bobby Brown was in that movie.
Yeah.
Man.
He actually produced and wrote that movie, now that I think about it.
I'm going to say, duh. Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins. That's my movie. So, yeah, Life. And I know people are going to say, what about Bad Boys? Again, I'm not a big violent action movie person.
You and your soft girl era. I get it.
There is a softness of DT, believe it or not. Yeah, Life, hands down. And if you ask me, Life is one of the greatest movies of all time.
Do you know a lot of people that know Rick James was in that movie?
And killed it. Killed it.
Killed it.
Ricky, shout out to Rick James.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, go out on top.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Martin Lawrence owes society nothing. And I'm glad that the Emmys finally gave him the tribute. Can you imagine, like, 5 seasons of Martin? Like, it was just excellence.
Yeah.
Def Comedy Jam, excellence. Everything that Martin touched was just incredible. You don't owe us nothing. But, hey, you obviously wanted to get back out there on tour. I'm just telling y'all right now, you're not getting the Martin that
y'all expected.
That's right.
Y'all getting Paw Martin.
Mike Tyson, I get it. 20 million. But here's the thing. When you do the math, by the time Uncle Sam, his promoters, his management, all these other deductions, he probably walked away with about 3 or 4 million. Yeah, he didn't get a $20 million check. He got a $20 million check with deductions already. So I'd rather you just tell me, don't tell me what the gross is, just give me the net. Like Mike Tyson, you about to go into this ring and the check's gonna say 20 million, but in actuality, you're gonna get about 3 or 4. Was it worth it? He did not get 20 million. He got about 4. Because it's 52% right off the top.
Hang up
Uncle Sam. Yeah. See, we didn't talk about that part. Because here's the thing. Like I said, making money is never the hard part. I said that right. That is never the hard part. It's who you owe, Uncle Sam, who got to get their cut. Taraji P. Henson. Remember she said she got, I think it was like, I don't know, $1 million. And by the time she paid everybody, her check was $150,000. Now imagine that. I say, Ricky, you're going to go into the ring for $20 million, but after everything is said and done, you walk away with 3 or 4.
But look, at least some taxes paid. You don't want to enter like Ronald Isley or Wesley Snipes.
I get it. I'm just saying. It wasn't $20 million. It wasn't $20 million.
And you know what else that people don't put into perspective is Jake Paul is like 26, 27, fresh, long-winded. Like, come on, man. And then I'm not saying that Mike Tyson can't take him, but it's just like, this man ain't got nothing but energy, and he actually trains faithfully. He has fights back to back. Like, your last professional fight was 7,000 some days ago, dude.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Bottom line, it hurts my heart to even use the same word or use this word in the same sentence with Martin Lawrence. However, I will say this. I try to rationalize and convince myself, don't get mad, Denise, because at least you can say you were here. You saw him live. I never witnessed Martin Lawrence perform live before Friday. It left an incredibly bad taste in my mouth. However, I was trying to flip it, and I was like, you know what? At least I can say I saw Martin live. At least I can say he's able to move. His cognitive skills are a little off because, again, he would just sometimes repeat the same thing over and over. That was kind of redundant. He would repeat something over and over again. And I'm like, hey, you already said that. Let's move on.
Not the wake up whistle.
I mean, seriously. Hey!
Man. Say hello.
And I will give Martin Lawrence a big shout out because whoever his PR team is, combined with his digital content team, there's not one bad review that you can read about Martin's tour right now. They be on it. If anybody puts a negative comment about Martin's performance on this Y'all Know What It Is tour, they immediately delete it.
I'm pretty sure they're getting paid the big bucks.
That's what I'm saying. So we live in a society of lies because it wasn't. There's phenomenal, there's great, there's good, there's okay, there's mediocre, there's terrible. I'm going to be nice, and I'll just say he was on the stage. That's all I can say. But I love you, Martin. All On our YouTube message board, Clean says Martin will be down here in ATL on March 25th, not attending. I don't know how to pronounce this person's name. It's STY, I think. Another thing to think about, some people don't know what else to do with themselves. Performing is their oxygen. They're depressed without it. I hear you. And that's what you were saying, Ricky. I hear you. But that's where you have a network of people around you that remind you that there are other ways that you can cope as a mechanism to navigate through that depression. Because again, it's like self-sabotage. Martin Lawrence is one of the kings of comedy, like for real. You know, I grew up right when Eddie Murphy was passing the baton to Martin. Because when Eddie Murphy did like Delirious and Raw, I was, quote unquote, I was too young. I couldn't watch. I could hear about it at school, but I wasn't able to watch it. So for me, my Eddie Murphy or my Michael Jordan of comedy was Martin Lawrence, period.
Now, let me ask you this, since we're on the topic of Eddie Murphy. After seeing Martin Lawrence on stage, and then Eddie Murphy, like, you know what? I'm going to do one last tour. Would you go see it?
Absolutely, because I've seen Eddie Murphy recently, interviews, and he's very capable of doing stand-up comedy right now.
Now, did you feel the same way as Martin Lawrence going into the situation?
I was a little nervous. I didn't know what to expect. But see, again, it was a free 99 ticket, so I really wasn't tripping that much.
Got you.
But here's the reason why I got mad. Whether I paid or not, money, if you lose it, you can make it back. What made me mad is that I wasted my time. And see, that I can't get back. That's the most precious commodity. When you waste my time, that's when you're late, when you don't show up, and when you don't show up and do what you're supposed to be doing, that's where I get frustrated because I'm like, I could have stayed home on my couch or in my bed. Should comedians past the age of 55 hang it up? Now, I know Red Fox performed well into his 60s and 70s, but where we are right now as a society, young people are saturating a lot of markets, and I'm not mad. I'm all about young leadership. I'm all about changing the guard. Are we done with comedians over the age of like 50, 55? Because it seems as though, and I get it, they're depressed or they want to use their gift, but are we over it? And who's the next comedian right now that will go pay money to go see Truth Nation? Who are we paying for right now? Because I love going to a stand-up comedy show. But based on what I saw on Friday night, I'm a little nervous. When we come back, we're going to hear from you and also get into Thanksgiving dinner prices. Whether you're hosting or bringing in a dish. And if you don't plan on doing either, you probably should just put an envelope in the host's hand based on these prices that we're going to talk about as you prepare for Thanksgiving next week. This is the best morning show on planet Earth, Truth Be Told, with DT and Telly on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will be right back on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Coming with straight truth.
We have to make sure that when we talk about making change, when you talk about vote, when you talk about these elections, when you talk about how we're going to get ahead, we definitely got to start paying attention to the local process, because these are the processes that are governing our lives.
Yes.
And they got you looking across the street down at Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. They've got you looking at Project 2025, but you barely got money to stay alive.
Catch the Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With limited incomes not keeping up with the lingering effects of inflation, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800 800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
As a bull rider, I prefer to do things single-handedly. That's why I love the UW Credit Union app. Doggy! It lets me check accounts, make transfers and more on the go. And if I need an extra hand, UW Credit Union has 13 Milwaukee area branches. Yippee! So, if you want simple mobile banking, mosey on over to UW Credit Union. They're here for every y'all. Federally insured by NCUA.
Looking for a fun family activity to get into the holiday spirit? Visit or volunteer for Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive in Grafton on Saturday, December 7th. The event is free and we will have lots of fun activities. Capco is dedicated to bring communities together and has collected over 300,000 toys through Kids to Kids. Join us and WTMJ for a celebration of giving and bring a new unwrapped toy to help children in need this holiday season. Support Kids to Kids. Visit kidstoKidstoydrive.com.
At Gruber Law Offices, we've helped tens of thousands of families after a serious accident. Our priority has always been our clients. We're here for you whenever you may need us. One call, that's all.
Prostate cancer screening is a simple blood test. It's a simple blood test. Get it done. If you want info on how to take action, the Prostate Cancer Foundation is here to help. Go to pcf.org today. Remember, it's your life, and it's a simple blood test. Get it done.
You are listening to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
All right, Truth Nation. At Old National Bank, they know there is nothing small about keeping up a small business, and that's why they've developed their Empowerment Loan Program to help give people of color and women-owned businesses equal access to funds up to $5 million. This substantial commitment shows that Old National Bank truly believes that every small business deserves the opportunity to change their community in a big way. Learn more today by visiting oldnational.com/empowerment loan. That's Old National Bank. Get old. All loans are subject to credit approval. Minimum loan amount $25,000. Additional program qualifications or restrictions may apply. For full details, contact an Old National small business banker today. Thank you so much for tuning in, Truth Nation. Our Truth Talk and Text line is 833-212-1017. You can also stream and watch me live right now on YouTube. Or you can also watch live at 1017thetruth.com. And when you're in YouTube, which, by the way, is on fire this morning, I see you, Truth Nation, in the YouTube message board. You want to hit that subscribe button so that you never, ever miss a minute of all your favorite shows here on 101.7 The Truth. Now, before the break, I had a chance to go see Martin Lawrence live in Dallas, coincidentally the same night that Mike Tyson and the Jake Paul fight was taking place in Dallas. And it was pretty heartbreaking, y'all, because Martin Lawrence is not, and when I say this, again, you can't expect, Denise, for Martin to perform the same way that he did 30, 40 years ago. I absolutely can when that's what you're promoting and marketing. And it wasn't even, I mean, y'all, I knew that Martin Lawrence went through some significant health issues. I think, back in 2015? He was in a coma, had a temperature or fever, 107, and went to a coma. And he talked about that on Friday. He'll be here in Milwaukee March 25th at Fiserv Forum. I'm just saying, don't expect Martin. Don't expect Marty Marr. Expect Mr. Lawrence. That's the best way that I could say it. The caller says, you said it. Red Fox was just as funny as Richard, Eddie, and Arsenio in Harlem Nights. Loved every scene that Benny the Snake-Eyed Wilson appeared in. Craig says, I knew Martin was on the decline from his last performance in the last two Bad Boy movies. He's not as quick-witted anymore, and it shows in his performances. Yes, Craig, thank you for that. I couldn't think of the right way to say it because my brain doesn't kick in until around 9:30, 10. That's what it was. I said that. It wasn't the stage presence, the timing, it was off. And the punchlines, he would repeat like two more times.
I'm just thinking about the two to the left. Stop.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like, Martin, like I said, woohoo! And I wasn't the only one.
And I do want to say that Red Fox was pure comedy.
They all were. But I'm just trying to understand now why the legends, Ricky, in Truth Nation, I'm trying to understand, you're already in the Hall of Fame in terms of comedy, and you still out here telling jokes about B's and H's and N-words all the time and sexual intercourse. Oh, it was just, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old. Anywho, next week, Truth Nation, is Thanksgiving. And as I put out there every year, I love to do drive-by. So if y'all want to invite me over. But before we get into the Thanksgiving preparation report, we have Jay. And I have a feeling Jay wants to talk about Martin. What's up, Jay? Thank you for your patience. You were live with DT and Ricky. What's your question or comment?
Hey, DT, how you doing?
Great, thank you.
You're as fine as wine. Don't forget that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Don't forget that. But, it comes to a point sometime when, we got all these entertainers and comedians, and I just guess sometimes it's just time for them to either do something else. It's sad that I listened to what you was talking about with Martin, but, maybe he needs to get into something else right now. Maybe he just needs to stay in movies or something because going out and then being disappointed. Because, he's funny in the movie. The movie is funny. That last Bad Boy, that was funny.
I agree.
And he was just being a comedian in there, yeah. But maybe it's just time for him just to do a lot of movies and still make people laugh. That's probably his best way to go.
Great point.
It's sad to see that.
So let me ask you a question, Jay. Have you recently saw one of your favorite comedians live during a stand-up comedy show?
No, it's been a while for me. But, I think, just listening to what you were saying is right. I know it had to be sad to see that because with all this, because I can hear the disappointment in your voice. But you was one among 20,000 people, and I'm sure probably most of them were disappointed in that too.
So, Jay, I'm going to share with you a secret, okay? This is between me and you, Jay. Not many people know this, but I'm going to share this with you. So lean in as I share this secret with you. I have a desire to pursue stand-up comedy. I've had friends that say, "Oh, Denise, you should be a stand-up." I literally have thought about pursuing stand-up comedy. And
this is news to me.
It's a secret between me and Jay. Stay in your lane. I'm talking to Jay.
No,
I'm talking to Jay.
Finish this call, but we're going to get into
that.
Y'all crazy.
Try to talk to Jay.
Crazy.
Have a little one-on-one in here. You come in.
Go ahead. I got you.
Anyway, Jay, so I oftentimes will travel. And when I travel, I'll always look and see if there's any, good comedians out there. And because if you want to be the best, you have to study the best. So when I go to stand-up comedies, I'm studying their craft, their stage presence, their timing, their nonverbal. And I have studied Martin for a long, long time. And I'm just telling you, I agree with you. And this goes back to what you said, Ricky, and one of our valued listeners on the YouTube message board. I get it because there's going to come a time, Jay, and Truth Nation, where I'm not going to be in the right mind to be a speaker. And I love it. I love doing talk radio. I love traveling all over the world and speaking on stages. I love it. But I get there's going to come a time where I'm not going to be able to do it anymore. So that's where I'm prepared to find an alternative, whether it's to your point, Jay, and going back to your question, Ricky, there are other ways to demonstrate your gift. Like, Martin, do more movies. Executive produce, direct. Because the stand-up thing, it ain't for you. But, Jay, thank you for your call and thank you for listening. I was trying to tell Jay a secret and Ricky all up in our business.
You not finna just sit here and slide that past like we just didn't hear that.
Here's the thing. I'm spontaneous funny. And what I've been doing is if I say something in front of a large group of people, like if I'm speaking, because now I'm about to give out the KFC secret recipe to the Colonel Sanders.
We hungry.
No,
Go ahead.
no, absolutely not. I ain't giving y'all my secret recipe. But I will say this. If I say something and people respond to it, like, that was really funny, I'm like Deion Cole. I'll write that down. I'll put that in my notes. So I'm slowly but surely building up material to do a stand-up.
I think that you should go for it. I would support it.
Thank you.
I would come out.
I appreciate
I like
that.
to laugh. I'm goofy.
Oh, yeah, it's coming. It's just that because I'm so competitive, and the biggest competitor for me is me, I don't compare myself to others. There's plenty of room for everybody to eat. I don't feel like I got to, if you don't hire Denise, no. Look, you got Target, you got Meijer, you got Kroger. There's plenty of options for people to get whatever they want. I don't want to be the only one. And I especially love when there's other black people doing what I'm doing just as good, if not better, because number one, I can learn from it. Number two, we can collaborate. So bottom line, we need more female comedians anyway.
So exactly how long have you been thinking about this?
Oh, since high school.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna put years on that or any age on that. So have you ever got close to doing it?
No.
I think you should try it.
I will. And here's the thing too. I'm okay with being patient and working hard. And I will attract the right opportunity. See, I don't chase anymore. Because every day when I know that the good Lord has given me another day, and all I got to do is just trust and believe and work hard and be patient, that's where you attract. Mm-hmm. See, we too busy out here trying to chase and trying to take from somebody else and hate. I'm like, okay, who's my biggest competition today? Me.
So before we go to break, I got to ask, because now I know that you want to be a stand-up comedian. So
it's not on my top things to do, Ricky, but yes.
Nope. You told Truth Nation this, and you told me this.
I told Jay, dang.
Well, you told out loud. Your secret's out.
Right.
So I want to ask you this before we go to break, and I'll take this call. Who's your top 5 favorite comedians of all time?
You want me to say it now or when we come back?
Let's save it for after the break.
Yes, I will give you my top 5 comedians of all time based on who I studied when we come back from break. Stay locked in. Keep it coming in on the YouTube message board as well as our Truth Talking text line. It's blowing up already. 833-212-1017. We'll be back.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or even this. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
We
are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the Earth needs a good lawyer.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
For general contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Northbound on 41, still dealing with an accident on the ramp from Watertown Plank Road to northbound. Looks like it's in the left shoulder, so that's going to slow things down out of the zoo interchange. Eastbound on 894, we've got a crash at 60th Street. The right lane is blocked with this one, so that's got delays all the way back to 92nd Street with it. We've also got delays along southbound 43 from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, increasing clouds, afternoon rain with a high of 56. Tonight, the rain will be on and off. It'll be mild and windy, a low of 52. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
You are listening to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
We've been talking about stand-up comedy. I saw Martin Lawrence on Friday in Dallas. He's currently on tour. He'll be here in Milwaukee, March 2025 at Pfizer Forum. Don't expect 1990s, early 2000s, Martin. On our True Talk and text line, Wayne says, DT, Martin loves the lifestyle that comes along with the big comedy show, just like you love the experience of being a keynote. The difference is you still have to deliver a good keynote. You ain't never lied. I do not have it like that yet. You better know it, Wayne. I got to bring 100% and then some. Daniel says that stroke really did a number on Martin, I believe. Yeah, I think it kind of went downhill from then. But I mean, here's the thing. Martin can still act. I thought he did great in Bad Boys 4 or Bad Boys Ride or Die.
Absolutely.
And I know he still mentors a lot of the up-and-coming stand-up comedians. So there's different ways I think that he can navigate through, using the gift. It's just that stand-up, it shouldn't be one of them. I love Martin. I'm forever indebted to Martin. I study Martin. My top 5 comedians, Ricky, here you go. Here we go. You ready?
I am ready.
And these are in order.
Okay.
Number 1, Martin Lawrence. Number 2, Eddie Murphy. Number 3, Richard Pryor. Number 4, Cat Williams. Number 5, Bernie Mac. Those are my all-time.
I am so surprised to hear you say Cat Williams.
Why?
Just didn't think he was your type. But you got an awesome list, actually.
When I go see a stand-up comedy show, how I measure whether or not the comedian performed is if my stomach hurts. I've left Cat Williams shows, and whether it's on Netflix or whether I've seen him in person, holding my stomach. Tears I can't breathe. Cat Williams makes me laugh like that.
That's actually a good list. It is.
And don't get me Bernie Mac. What?
I would love to have been to a Bernie Mac show. Granted, I was too young and the language was very vulgar, but I would, as an adult, I would love to see Bernie Mac stand up. I really would.
I never saw Bernie Mac live, but I was a huge fan of the Bernie Mac show, which aired on Fox for, shoot.
What we gonna do, America?
Man, I miss Bernie Mac so much because he was one of the greatest. Now, as far as Richard Pryor, I didn't, of course, so I was starting to kind of like, sneak in my dad's record collection.
Oh, yeah.
And get some of them Richard Pryor records. But I really started getting exposed to comedy with Eddie Murphy. And again, I had to hide and sneak and listen to my friends talk about, man, did you see Delirious? Man, did you see Raw? And the first time I saw it, I knew I wanted to incorporate a level of humor in whatever I did on stage. I love making people laugh because it's the best medicine. But yeah, Cat Williams, you can say what you want about him, but all I know is that when I have paid money to see him, I have left the venue with my stomach hurting and tears coming down my face from laughing so hard. The thing with Cat Williams is that, and let me be clear, he doesn't hit the nail on the head every show, but the majority of his stand-up comedy shows, he gets it. He's relevant, and his timing is so incredible. The intentional pauses where, he can let it hit the joke and the punchline marinate.
Yeah.
And, then come right back in. And his stage, his attire, the way he dresses, the hair, the famous joke about having white friends. That's one of the greatest jokes of all time.
So how do you feel about Kevin Hart's stand-up? Is it the
corporate
same thing?
I feel it's corporate.
Okay.
And I'm not knocking Kevin Hart because we need corporate comedians, but he's very corporate.
Okay, now, honorable mentions.
Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Kevin Hart. Now, I know a lot of folks are saying, Denise, where are the women at? You tell me. Because I've seen Monique, wasn't impressed. I've seen some more. That was a little bit more personal because she was actually kind of rude to me. So I was like, bet. Wanda Sykes, I think she's funny on the Upshaws show on Netflix that she executive produced with Mike Epps and Kim Fields. I think she's funny from a sitcom and movie standpoint.
Yes,
I just don't find her funny on stand-up.
I agree.
And to me, that's where you can really tell if you're a comedian or not.
Yeah, I agree.
But those are my top. And again, it's subjective. It's just based on my experience. And shout out to all the comedians. Oh, wait a minute. My bad. Oh, my goodness. Totally forgot. Ooh, that was so disrespectful. Sinbad.
As top 5 or honorable mention?
Honorable mention.
Okay.
Hilarious. And he does not curse.
Now, I forgot this woman's name. And it's crazy that I have because she's an OG of women comedians.
Who?
The lady that hosts Queens of Comedy.
Some more?
No. The older lady.
Oh, the one that was on Martin that played Cole's mama?
Yeah.
I forget her name, but I know who you're talking about.
She's funny to me.
She is.
She's funny to me. As far as women. What's her name? Lunel. She just
Adele. Forgot about Adele.
Adele and Lunel is very vulgar.
What's my girl from The Real Talk on CBS? What was it called? The Talk? Yeah, The Talk. Carries the purse. I forget her name. Help me out, Truth Nation.
I can't think.
But anyway, all I'm saying is that the OGs of comedy, you've done enough. We are forever indebted to you. There are other ways that you can share your gift until you transition. Thanksgiving is next week, y'all.
Can't wait.
And we've been hearing a lot about inflation impacting the price of groceries. Well, lean in because I'm about to share with you some food prices that are going to be it's going to be a pain point for a lot of us Americans, especially those that are hosting Thanksgiving dinner. Now, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the price of groceries has increased up to 25% since March of 2020, which was around when COVID the COVID outbreak took place. Prices, the rate of increase slowed down this year, but prices are still climbing due to increased consumer demand and supply chain issues, as well as very, very less than stellar crop conditions. So as you're making your shopping list, DT's about to give you a breakdown of what you can expect to spend more on, as well as I'm going to give you some ways that you can save money based on the weekly ads that I look at from a shopping standpoint. We've talked about it. We know that everybody's going to need this item, and the prices are ridiculous. Eggs, whether you're making a casserole, the dressing, the pies, everything is going to require eggs. And eggs, the price of eggs has increased 62% over the last 12 months. And this is according to the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis and the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Now, first of all, why are eggs so high? Why is the price of eggs so doggone high? Well, according to the Center of Disease Control, the CDC, more than 107 million birds, many of which are used for commercial poultry that produce eggs, have been affected by the bird flu since 2022. That's why the eggs are so high. And then, of course, the demand for eggs around this time of the year makes prices even more higher. Dinner rolls. Now, see, I don't have to worry about this, Ricky, because my mama's rolls are fire. She make her own rolls.
I love me some Hawaiian dinner rolls.
But them Hawaiian dinner rolls,
they be hidden.
They hidden, and so will be the price. According to Wells Fargo Agri-Food Institute, dinner rolls, the cost of dinner rolls has increased about 3% from just last Thanksgiving. And with bakery products in general seeing a 1% increase over the last year, rolls, eggs, yep. Damn. They going to be high this year. Now let's go on to the next big item, dressing, or as other members of our society refer to as stuffing. So whether you eat stuffing or dressing, this is a Thanksgiving table favorite, which is also on the rise in terms of demand. So Wells Fargo reports the cost of box stuffing mix is about 3% higher for store brand and about 9% for name brand this year. Now, none of these brands promote this show, so I ain't going to say no names, but I will say this. A certain grocery store that rhymes with Darget, based on their weekly ad, a lot of these high-priced foods, they actually have put on sale. And again, I'm not going to get into name brands because some of these brands haven't sponsored any of our shows, especially this one. But you can go to a store that rhymes with Darget or Calsart, and items like pies, soups, turkeys, and stuffing or dressing have all been marked on sale. Pumpkin pie. I'm not a big pumpkin pie person, but if you are, it'll cost you about 3% more than it did last year. And so just go online and do some research and find those retail outlets, those grocery store chains that are putting most of these items, if not all of them, on sale. So again, eggs, dinner rolls, dressing, and pumpkin pie are going to be the most impacted in terms of price increase items for this Thanksgiving dinner, as well as throughout the entire holiday season. Now, some of the ways that you can reduce or alleviate the extra spending is have a potluck. Now, I'm going to keep it real, dear non-black people. Black folks aren't potluck advocates. I'm just telling you right now. So for those who are having Friendsgiving or you're having Thanksgiving potluck at work, black people, we really don't lean towards that. I'm just keeping it real. And Truth Nation, black folks, stop me if I'm lying. 833-212-1017. If your employer Or some of your friends are saying, let's have a potluck, Friendsgiving. A lot of the black folks that you invited are going to be miss me with that. 833-212-1017. Y'all doing still? Are y'all still doing? Maybe the new generation black people are doing potlucks. But I know when I was working in corporate America, I didn't eat the potluck dishes. This is before COVID. And the Friendsgiving, I'm actually invited to a Friendsgiving this week. But the reason why I'm going, Truth Nation, is I know this person very well. I know this person. I know how they cook. I know their hygiene. I know what their kitchen looks like. I know they don't have any cats or dogs running around, breathing and crawling around the food. So I'm okay with that Friendsgiving. But them potlucks, you can miss me with that. What you think, Ricky? You going to a potluck? You doing a potluck?
Nah, I don't get down like that.
I mean, you can. Now, there's also a lot of major retail stores that allow you to buy the entire Thanksgiving meal in like one box. And that's another alternative or way that you can save money as you host Thanksgiving.
I'm actually going to go get my Thanksgiving food this week before they sell out.
Yeah. And just look at the ads, because there are a number of retail outlets that understand the assignment and know that we're a little bit frustrated right now. Society, especially Americans, we're a little frustrated with all this inflation and uncertainty and changing of the guard. So this is the time of year where a lot of us, we just want to surround ourselves with friends, family, and loved ones. And I also want to offer my thoughts, my virtual hugs to those who are going to be experiencing Thanksgiving for the first time without that family member who may have passed between last Thanksgiving and this Thanksgiving. Because I know for a lot of us that this is the first Thanksgiving without my father or my mother or my grandparents or my auntie or my wife or my husband. Let's also show them some love. And if they don't want to come, if they don't want to go out for Thanksgiving, leave them alone. Don't force them. Just drop off a plate. But if they say, I'm not trying to be around people, I'm grieving, leave them alone. Check on them, but don't force them. Because the last thing you want is a trigger. Because we all know Thanksgiving dinners, there's that one uncle or somebody act the fool. We don't want that this Thanksgiving, okay? So
There's always that one argument that's going.
And then that's it. It's over.
Set it off.
So again, there's a lot of folks that are dealing with grievance, losses, mental health. If they say to you, I don't want to go to Thanksgiving dinner, let them be. We come back, we're going to wrap up our Thanksgiving dinner budget. Because I get it, a lot of folks out there, we trying to figure out what we're going to do this year for Thanksgiving. You're not alone. And we're going to get you ready for 9 more hours of live, consecutive Milwaukee Black Talk Radio. Let us know how you feel about Thanksgiving, y'all. You got any other tips? Because we're trying to save money and still eat over here. This is the best morning show on planet Earth. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Don't touch that dial. Truth Be Told with DT and Telly will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
1017 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, we'll be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 Black businesses. To sign up for your business's chance to win $6,000 of commercial campaign marketing on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With limited incomes not keeping up with the lingering effects of inflation, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They treated me like family.
They're actually people that you can depend on.
They made me feel seen. They really treated me like I was a part of their family, a part of their team.
They ask how you're doing, how you're feeling.
They're just so welcoming and so sweet and kind.
It's like family, caring about another member of the family.
If you've been injured, it costs you nothing to see if Gruber Law Offices can help.
Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive is bringing us all together again to collect toys for children and families in need.
Join Capco and WTMJ for a celebration of giving on December 7th at the Kazmarek Center in Grafton.
This is more than just a toy drive. It's about kids helping kids. We are learning the importance of giving and how that impacts other kids and families all over Wisconsin.
Experience the joy of giving on December 7th.
And don't forget to bring toys.
Help us make a difference this Christmas. Visit kidstoKidstoydrive.com.
Are you or anyone you know looking to open a small business or learn the industry? Attend the City of Milwaukee 9th District Business Conference November 21st from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Ross Innovative Employment Solutions. Brought to you by Milwaukee 9th District Alderwoman Larissa Taylor, helping you take your next steps towards financial empowerment. Sponsored by Alderwoman Larissa Taylor of the 9th District of the City of Milwaukee. City of Milwaukee, Granville, BID, Ross Innovative Employment Solutions.
You are listening to Truth Be Told with DT and Telly on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
All right, Truth Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in and starting your day as well as your week off here on Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. Shout out to DJ Ricky on the ones and twos. Another great show, y'all.
Yes, ma'am.
Couldn't do it without you. We appreciate you, Truth Nation. Thanksgiving is next week. We're going to continue talking about Thanksgiving because we want to make sure everybody has what they need. And again, for those that are grieving during this time of the year, you're not alone. Please know that you are not alone. And your pain is understood. It's understood. So please don't be forcing folks to do stuff that they don't want to do, especially during this time of the year when they could be grieving. And don't be bringing no potato salad with raisins to my house. Put some seasoning on your food too, y'all. Seasoning is your best friend. Look at the person who doesn't cook. Got all these tips. I can't wait. My mama already got the menu hitting. My mama's rolls, y'all. Woo. More to come this week. My truth of the matter is this. If you, throughout your trajectory, have established a brand that puts you in the category of exceptional, legend, GOAT, know when to say, I'm out. And make sure you surround yourself with people who are able to tell you the truth. Because there's a lot of comedians out there that are still trying to do what they did 30, 40 years ago. And it just quite frankly says to me, you ain't got the right people around you. Shout out to Martin Lawrence. Shout out to Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy. And yes, someone on the Truth Talking text line said, Moms Mabley. Now, I didn't grow up with Moms Mabley, but my father, he spoke very highly of her as a great comedian and one of the OGs, as Armour says, regarding comedians. But again, I'm 48. I didn't have that experience. But shout out to Moms Mabley as well. Up next, 9 more hours of live Milwaukee Black Talk Radio kicking us off. Sherwin Hughes, make it a great day. Tell somebody you love them. I love you. And Lord willing, we will see and hear y'all tomorrow. God bless.
Truth Nation,
and all our juicy jammers out there.
Make certain that you tap into Jam with Juice each and every day so you can quench your thirst.
That is right. You already know you can sip on us every single day, like Benjamin said, from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. But that's not all, y'all.
Catch us exclusively on YouTube for our 6 to 7 show.
Yep, only on Thursdays.
Catch Jamming with Juice each and every day on 101.7 The Truth.
Now sip on that.
Hello, Milwaukee. Did you know that the average American doesn't get enough fiber in their diet, and this can affect everything from your cholesterol, blood sugar, and your weight? We have a special offer for Truth listeners that you can take advantage of today on our wonderful fiber gummies. Buy one bottle of fiber gummy for $13.50 and get free shipping. Call now, 800-632-0559. That's 800-632-0559. Or go to invitehealth.com and use promo code MIL1. That's MIL1. Get your gummy today.
Truth Nation, let us talk our ish for a moment. There is no other station in the country where you get a front row seat to hear from some of the biggest names in politics, pop culture, and sports. People like Vice President Kamala Harris.
Talk with your listeners to remind them of their power and the importance of voting. And the folks in Milwaukee turned out for me and Joe Biden in 2020. You showed what was possible.
U.S. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, are you a racist?
Absolutely not.
Is Donald Trump a racist?
Absolutely not. No.
And civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump.
Thank you all for speaking truth to power. That's the most important thing, because right now there are those in our community who would rather we just be quiet.
Right.
We have to disturb the peace now more than ever.
Tap into the award-winning and nationally recognized 101.7 The Truth by downloading the